Hey, this is Jeffrey Diamond.
And Michael Van Himbergen.
We'd like to tell the tale of Mediafusion
and Superstorytelling.
The rewind button goes back 39 years.
The story begins at California Institute of the Arts. I made a sci-fi cartoon of a stage surrounding 3 live actors with video monitors, rear slide projectors, and 16mm films.
We had a theory we called Energy X,
whereby a ball of energy passes from stage to audience and back around again in feedback, feed-forward loops. I was in the film school to do multimedia theater.
I was a production designer from the theater school.
Homeostasis, a live performance, CalArts 1978. Each live actor made video calls, put on a microelectronic headset to watch alternate slide versions of the film.
Track 3, wait! See what I mean? Hey! When the priestess is walking south, does she suffer?
I'm in position to receive future images, and you are doing the present circle.
On the center screen came this black and white past life film, showing track 3 in a beard with soldier's uniform.
He stupidly commits an act of cruelty against the retarded man.
On the slide screen were shown alternate versions of the story.
Three primitives get in an argument over a pyramid-shaped communications device.
Homeostasis.
Michael and I came up with the term multimediography
to explain the choreography of multiple media. Care and feeding. Corporate humor for the masses. A live performance.
Humor with theater and a large screen video.
We made a meeting room with a surprise view of the suburbs.
The terrorists attack this place.
The video screen does conference calls, stuff like that.
You know, they shot the shit out of his unit. You know, they killed the guard and blew off his kneecap, too.
They're just going down the list, Glenn. Just like those fucking artists in Rome last year.
Push the electronic future.
Oh, I see that Sister has just now entered the room, and we'll try to pick her up on the floor with Covina.
Covina? On the floor.
Covina.
Covina, get that bitch on the floor! Covina! Get you on the floor.
Sister Pinchin, now that we know...
They also watch TV.
Guns fire in the distance.
We're just warning everybody to stand by. Nothing serious yet, but stand by, okay?
Everyone gets sprayed with interview.
ARPA! Net!
I wouldn't lay that trip on you about man-machine interface with the neuromuscular tracking patterns of a cat's eye combined with a return head swing turret movement.
Steve is dying, and there goes about 10% of our total oil requirements.
Fuck no!
In 1980, CalArts was the only place you could get away with this type of experimental multimedia theater. God bless him.
Multimediography.
Energy X.
Energy X.
Was the audience a medium?
What about using biofeedback? Gyroscopic effect balance?
Area of schismogenesis, emergent system domain. We came up with the concept of a bubble chair.
It had a video screen.
Elevation and rotation.
And a body scan device.
You put your hands in the armrest and it monitors skin temperature, pulse,
sweat, muscle tension, etc. When you lean back into the headrest,
a little saline sponge makes contact and a brain biofeedback is captured.
The audience's combined biorhythm subtly alter the scenes of the multimedia.
You could choreograph the bubble chairs as in this rotating restaurant diagram.
Everything is computer controlled.
The windows are projection surfaces.
So are the outside clouds of barium atoms.
This view shows the audience in a bowl shape with the action down below. The audience is medium.
Audience as medium.
We hooked up with a Vancouver businessman, Floyd Sully. He was Trudeau's economist.
The first to put an indie feature on the Vancouver Stock Exchange. We put together a multimedia graphic opera called Circus of Dreams
with a Canadian company, the Tomanous Theatre Troupe.
We presented it to the 1984 Olympic Arts Festival,
headed by Robert Fitzpatrick,
ex-president of Cal Arts.
We redesigned the bubble chair, took out the biofeedback unit for now.
We'll sneak it in during the build-out for a surprise.
We figured out how to shoot a feature film and stage a multimedia graphic play using the same resources.
Bobby passed on it and awarded a $5 million opera to his friend, Robert Wilson.
Einstein on the Beach fame. Alas, it was never realized by Mr. Wilson.
We took it to the Vancouver 1986 Expo.
They accepted it as an off-site event and gave us $30,000.
A month later, all off-site events were canceled
due to organizational problems. Well. This diagram was put together on a Xerox Star workstation.
Steve Jobs took the idea and ran with it.
The Macintosh computer. We made each of these objects piece by piece and printed it out on a Xerox first-time laser printer.
We decided to start motion theater development.
The motion theater is a dynamic multimedia staging system.
Elaborate and tightly choreographed scene changes
are achieved by rotating the audience from set to set. This view shows a transportable version with a generic group of sets.
Dimensions: 250 seat capacity requiring approximately 60,000 square feet and a 30-foot ceiling height for a complete 4-stage revolving environment.
Is controlled with a centralized computer system. The staging elements and bubble chairs are modular.
The whole system crates up and ships in a fleet of semis.
In 1984, we changed bubble chairs to smart seats and put a computer in each chair.
Due to the comments we got on utilizing the biometric device on audiences, we put it behind a secret curtain.
It hasn't been realized yet. Jeffrey made these drawings of motion theater with smart seats and a revolving audience.
We had imagined the motion platform on hundreds of aircasters, which could move in any direction.
We made a public version of the proposal for motion theater. Culver City was pitched, so was the Summa Corp in Marina del Rey, and Doug Trumbull's company.
We registered for copyright, motion theater, smart seats, motion-controlled audience system, and multimediography.
Soon afterwards, we were asked by SMPTE to do a presentation, Technological Fusion and the Facility of the Future, 1987. These stills were done for us by Electric Image, the first to write an animation program for the Macintosh. No other speakers had utilized any CGI.
We gave a talk explaining the role of multimediography and how live theater could incorporate film and video and motion into the next form of multimedia.
We talked about smart seats and the role of video and how corporate clients would use the system. The audience was a bunch of engineers.
Ah, well.
We did a lot of publications and live talks.
In Hollywood, Liverpool, and Germany.
We had to work on motion theater in our spare time. Meanwhile, our day jobs were as digital visual effects producers. Here's some of the projects we worked on. We started on analog film and transitioned to digital.
I also spent 5 years as a technical director for the Los Angeles Opera.
SMPTE asked us again to present in '93. Mediafusion, a conceptual treatise.
This paper addresses the need to integrate technical and production processes on a wideband multimedia scale.
For lack of a more universal term, we're calling this evolutionary melding together media fusion.
Today we are witnessing a powerful explosion of digital tools, systems, platforms, and applications.
Multimediography is our term for the choreography of multiple mediums in order to engage an audience in the process of storytelling.
The Smart Seat provides audiences with live group spectacular experiences
unavailable in the home or the office.
Motion Theater Multimedia Graphic Computer Network.
The operational fusion of these capabilities will generate substantial economies of time, money, and energy,
while providing artists and producers with an unparalleled environment of creative possibilities.
The development of a new media language by artists and producers will be quickened, deepened, and disseminated
by these emergent multimedia graphic projects. The publishers of once famous Red Herring magazine asked us to do an editorial based on the SMPTE talk we gave in their Digital Wizards issue.
Motion Theater, a media fusion facility. See above. Theater in motion. Emotions in motion.
The multimedia graphic approach allows storytelling to link and unfold in a series of unique yet interrelated manifestations.
A multimedia graphic work embodies the parsimony principle by stretching multiple products from one idea. Motion theater can be imagined as a supernode
on the information superhighway.
As an insider joke, we had our friend Ken David from Xerox pose as a writer who quoted his books.
Hit the pause button and read this because it's really a high-level put-on.
The medium is the message. The message is the matrix. The matrix is the medium.
It would take about 3 years before the Wachowski brothers figured that one out. In 1996, we changed the name of our company from Motion Theater Associates to Mediafusion Inc.
SMPTE liked it so much that they asked us back again. The studio of the future. The future of the studio.
The characteristics of the near-future studio are evolving to operationally address the goal of an end-to-end process solution in a more effective, networked manner.
In Germany, we worked for almost 2 years with Peter Krieg to bring about a design for a resolution and platform-independent digital media facility.
Babelsberg Film Studios.
An integrated, networked digital white box service.
Future media studios will include combined television and World Wide Web offerings,
interactive cable and satellite,
and web-based desktop video studio offering.
Remember, this is 1996, 20 of your Earth years ago.
Cybercasting, 3D world creation interaction,
streaming audio and video, super storytelling.
Another major force driving the development of future studios
is the emergence of a general global audio-visual language.
The successful evolution of the studio will enable it to produce film, television, interactive games,
virtual reality experiences, theme park attractions, and live performances
as interrelated acts in a multimedia graphic superstory.
Ultimately, the fusion of production and distribution will change the very definition of storytelling
as consumers experience multi-dimensional content
in a multiplicity of contexts. After laying out the studio of the future in '96,
we threw in the towel and gave up trying to get the motion theater funded.
Well, $100 million. Let's fast forward to 2016. We looked for a superstructure metaphor and found one in the buckyball. Named for Buckminster Fuller,
the fullerene
is a molecule found almost everywhere in nature.
We updated the name to Superstorytelling
and changed the description to transmedia. Easy and affordable access to optional media platforms has transformed traditional spectator audiences into story users.
Let's take a story user and put them at the center of the buckyball.
Every frame is a separate media, which is selected by the story user's point of view.
Multimediography.
The choreography of multiple media messages for audiences of story users.
A systematic mapping of story message
content to a distribution medium context.
Multimedia graphic mapping.
Here's a list of the biological behavior normally associated with the mapping.
Let's zoom to the outside of the buckyball. We see the breakout of the story user's behavior.
Now we zoom out to the second level, and we map the story users lean back, the cineplex, explore, they're in a vehicle, locomote, a live venue,
participate and create, a laptop or PC, watch, home theater,
and watch and listen, the smartphone. Listen and wait, an audio player.
Look down, a tablet or reader.
Lean forward, a game console. And look up for the television.
Zooming out to the third layer, we see the possible products.
A feature film, a television series, an online game,
an e-book, a soundtrack, and mobile apps for the smartphone.
Watching the home theater exposes the story user to merchandising, the web series via the laptop and PC, and a live event at a venue.
An augmented reality game or other form happening in a vehicle.
Here's an example of a story user's point of view. First they go and they see a feature film.
As it turns out, they are interested in a TV series, a game, and an e-book, and perhaps a live event,
all coupled to the feature film.
There are both marketing and monetized variations.
Marketing is free, and the rest costs money.
Media production, distribution, and consumption are rapidly melding together.
Mediafusion, ensuring infinite options for the story users while creating new markets for both traditional and emerging content products.
We decided to take an idea and brainstorm every media concept imaginable
just for kicks. Let's use a public domain transmedia project, Alice's Wonderland.
We go ahead and map all of the multimedia
and see what works.
Each medium is analyzed for its own market
and for its reach into other available formats or media.
After whittling it down, it comes down to 2 media.
A game, Off With Their Heads, and a webisodic series, Feed Your Head.
This is a good method of testing out and getting to know your super storytelling options.
Now we'll map an original transmedia project, Overblown, comprised of the novel, screenplay, music, and lyrics. A science fiction satire set in the near future, where half the population are mobile romads, homeless ex-homeowners. Overblown chronicles the misadventures of Marco Shub, who unleashes illegal cyberclone technology, and yet somehow true love mysteriously effloresces.
Overblown breaks down into 4 projects: a novel, a screenplay, music, and lyrics.
Okay, just for kicks,
break it down into all the biological behaviors.
An optimistic view shows everything from a feature film to web series to mobile apps and a television franchise.
Zoom out once more and you'll see a monetized view of the box office and pay-per-view syndication of television and online games.
Ticket sales on augmented reality and live events, and unit sales for the home theater. An example of super storytelling. Ah, well. Multimediography.
Motion theater.
Mediafusion.
Smart seat.
Motion-controlled audience system.
Fusion facility.
All of this began for us in the late 70s at Cal Arts.
You know, it takes forever to figure out what the hell this is all about.
It's super storytelling.
Isn't it?
To see more videos, go to superstorytelling.com.